Hello everyone, my name is John Larry Marquez from BSFT2B. In this subject, Food Chemistry Laboratory, and my instructor here is Ma'am Mary Catherine Apolonio. In this video, I'm going to perform the activity number 14 entitled Meat Binding. Wearing of PPE. The objectives of this experiment is to be able to determine the effect of various chemical and physical treatments on the binding capacity of meat proteins. Materials. The materials that I use for these experiments are sodium phosphate or accord, non-fat dried milk, sodium chloride, poultry skin and stirrer, thermometer, meat chicken, first grind, second grind, and third grind, and container with label, and weighing scale. Procedure. For sample A controlled, place 100 grams of meat in a container. Do not mix nor agitate the sample. I weigh the container and note the weight of it because I need this for my computation later. For sample B, mixing. Place 100 grams ground meat in a container and mix it for 3 minutes. For sample C, pressure pack. Place 100 grams ground meat in a container. I carefully pack the meat together by placing a container inside another container and press it. I also use a spoon to fill air holes. For sample D, particle size, I place 100 grams finely ground meat or the second grind meat in a container and mix it for 3 minutes. After mixing, I press it like I did in the sample C. For sample E, sodium chloride. Put 100 grams ground meat in a container and add 1 gram of sodium chloride and mix it for 3 minutes. After mixing, I press it like I did in the sample C. In sample F, polyphosphate, place 100 gram ground meat in a container. Then I add 1 gram of sodium phosphate and mix it for 3 minutes. After mixing, I press it like I did in the sample C. In sample G, non-fat dried milk, place 100 gram ground meat in a container and add 2 grams of non-fat dried milk. I mix it till the dry milk and ground meat combine. After mixing, I press it like I did in the sample C. In container, I place 80 grams of ground meat, which is the third grind, and add 20 grams of ground chicken skin, and mix it till combined. After mixing, I press it like I did in the sample C. For heat treatment, I place all the samples in a steamer once the water boils. Always check the internal temperature of chicken. When the internal temperature reach 85 degrees Celsius, then stop steaming all the samples. Here are the results after steaming. After that, measure the volume of each loaf. Gumamit po ako ng syringe para mas makuha ko po yung lahat ng volume nung nasa each sample and para mas malipat ko po ng maayos sa graduated cylinder. After that, note the volume release of each sample. After the water being removed, I weigh the sample and record the weight of it and note as final weight. Observation. Observe the color, odor, texture of each samples. And that's end my experiment. Thank you for watching.